did not even announce this live. You know why I didn't announce this live? I don't know why, but I feel like God was wanting me to say something. And I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was really sitting here talking to somebody on the phone about it, and I was like, man, I ain't even gonna lie. I was like, I really not. And I know it seemed like it, but I'm really not a social media person. Like I don't like social media like that. The only reason if I have to be on here for my business, I probably would never get on social media. Like it's not really important. I post stuff. You get a little money from social media, but it really ain't that much how people be making it seem. It's not really that serious. But I did want to come on. I want to kind of like share my. I don't know if I'm about to share my testimony or I'm just going to tell y'all something. I feel like this is going to help somebody, and I feel like God is really wanting me to share this part of me with people. And if you know me, I really don't share like my deep with a lot of people because um I just feel like that's sacred. Like some moments are sacred. Whatever moments they may be, some moments are sacred and they just for whoever in your circle, whoever in your space. But this moment, I feel like I need to share because I feel like it's going to help somebody in the long run or the short run or whatever run you in, it's going to help you. And so I started out first by saying, like, um, I'm so humbled and I'm so grateful for so many things, um, and so many people, but I'm definitely grateful and humble. So for the last like 2 years, I've been battling back and forth with should I quit my job and just be full time in my business? Like what should I do? And I'm in if you know my situation, like me and my kids have been homeless before. We've had to stay with people before and all kind of stuff. And, we've had to sleep in my car a couple of times and, stuff that I don't really talk about. One, because I don't want to make my family feel bad because I do come from a great family. I ain't gonna tell you no lie, I got a wonderful family. But I don't always want to run to them for stuff. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the moments when I was going through things because I'm a strong believer that you put yourself through things. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff you can't help, but other stuff. Hold on for a second, y'all, because somebody is at my door. As soon as I start doing something, somebody always comes. Hey, I'm doing a live. Hold on. So, anyway, so just going through life with them. But every year at the same time of the year. So every year from like October, November, December, sometimes in the January, but mostly October, November, December, I do this thing where I kind of hibernate. And like I don't go out anywhere. I try to spend like minimum money and I really focus in like on my business, on myself. I reflect on the people that's around me, on the things that's going on around me, the things that I've been involved in. Like I really reflect on things. Okay, so as we get into September, God is telling me like, listen, I need you to pay attention this time during this isolation, during this hibernation, during this fasting. I need you to really pay attention. So I'm like, I'm telling God, and if you know me, you know this how I'm talking to God. I'm telling God, like, listen, you know that I'm doing this October, November, December, and then I might do a little bit in January. And God telling me, like, nah, you're going to start in September. Start in September. But this is what God's telling me, you're going to start in September. Anyway, so boom. So September comes and my whole life get shaking. Like it gets shaken. Now remember, I just told y'all for the last 2 years, I've been battling with like quitting working mainstream and doing my business because I be tired. I be up 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, then get back up at 6 o'clock in the morning because I have to work a job too. And I've been battling it. And not that I don't make enough money in my business to not work a job, but when you come from like not having or not being able to get, you never want to put yourself back in that position again. So you feel like you have to overexert yourself. And it's the truth of it. Okay, so boom. September comes, my whole life shake. Everything shake, right? Doggone, I get scammed. And I get scammed in a big way. Like in a big way. Like like a big loss. You know what I'm saying? Just like trusting in somebody and believing in them and thinking that they had my interest at heart when that wasn't the truth. You know what I'm saying? And so during like when stuff like that happened to me, I instantly go into like fasting and I instantly go into prayer. And it's not like, and I know some people who some people who know me on the spiritual end, they're gonna be like, oh well, didn't you see it? And I did see it, and I still, like I still conveyed with God, and God said, still do it. But see, I didn't know that God was setting me up. That was the thing. I did not know that God was setting me up. And so I'm in this fasting period. I started in September, right? So September and October, everything is like okay. I'm okay, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a person that puts stuff away for rainy day. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna be able to survive. So I'm okay, but I'm still kind of like I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated because I feel like I lost a part of my stability. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm feeling like I lost a big part of my stability. And the way I'm looking at it is like, man, not only did I lose a big part of my stability, I feel tried. You know what I'm saying? I feel like somebody had disrespected like when you feel like you're a good person and somebody does something to you, you feel like why? Like what was the purpose behind it? You know what I'm saying? And you just have to remind yourself that some people are intentionally evil. There's no rhyme or reason that you did is everything that has to. I'm sorry, I'm turning this air on. I be turning the air off when I be by myself. Like it's no rhyme or reason. And so boom, September, I just instantly go into fasting, right? Instantly go into fasting, conveying with God. I feel like everything is good, but in the midst of this, my car is acting crazy, right? My car is acting crazy. I'm thinking like, man, I only owe like $7,000, $8,000 on this car. I need this car to act right until that time, and then I'm gonna trade it and I'm gonna get something else. And so if you know me, you know I'm not one of the people that's gonna go get a cash car. And I'm not saying nothing's wrong with cash cars. That's okay for some people, but I do a lot of driving, I do a lot of moving around and stuff like that. And I just need something where that's gonna have warranties where I don't have to stress about how it's gonna get fixed. I just need to drop it off somewhere, them fix, and then I come back and pick it up and I feel good. And they feel good. And I need that. So, all right. So now the car is acting crazy. This is October, but I'm still in this fasting period, y'all. Like I'm still in this fasting period, and I'm still like low key upset that this lady, like she kind of played with me, and then I'm upset with God because God, I talked to you about this before I even made this move. I had a whole conversation. I went into fasting and prayer, but hold on. So then I'm feeling like now God switching up. This is how I'm feeling. Like this is what I'm feeling. So September, October, in the October, the car completely breaks down, y'all. It just breaks down. It's not moving. It's not working. Now I live in Tampa. I don't have a lot of family here, but I do have family. You know what I'm saying? But not family that I say I talk to every single day and they can help, or even they live close to me because Tampa's a big place. So we kind of like all live a little spread out. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm like frustrated because man, I still owe $8,000 on this car. This is a $25,000 car. I'm gonna throw away all this money that I just invested into this car. Okay, I'm gonna take it to the dealer and I'm gonna see how much they're gonna charge me to fix it. Take it to the dealer. The dealer says it's gonna be $6,000. 6,000. And people like it really telling me like, oh well, go ahead and fix it. Go ahead and spend the $6,000. And I'm thinking like, first of all, y'all, I'm not working a mainstream job. I'm just working with my clients now. I don't have, and at that moment, I didn't have the confidence in myself, even though I'm looking at the numbers and I see like what I'm making with my clients is more than enough. It's more than enough for me to be able to survive and to live and to have and to keep up my lifestyle. But I'm still feeling like, man, I got to have a mainstream job. Hello, healing power release. So I'm feeling like I have to have a mainstream job. Um, so I'm not about to give Chevy $6,000 for no car. I'm just not about to do it. They can have the car. So I go and I'm like, listen, the man like it's $6,000, but he said there's no guarantee that if we fix your car, it's going to last because something else could go wrong with it. I'm thinking like, I wasn't thinking about giving y'all $6,000 anyway. I never did that before. It was something I never did. So now I'm in a space that I'm not comfortable being in because every car that I've gotten off a lot and I paid the car off completely. I pay the car off and then I'll go get something after I pay the car off. But now I'm in this space to where it's like, I have to make a decision if I'm going to let this car go back and let this thing be on my credit, or now I'm really mad. Now I'm really mad at God because I'm like, God, wait a minute. First of all, you let me get scammed. I conveyed with you about this situation before I even make a move. And then you let me get scammed. And like I said, I'm telling y'all all this to tell you this may help somebody. Not only did you do that, God, now you don't put me in a situation to where I'm about to buy a house this year, but all the money that I saved for my house, I'm having to use it now to make sure that I'm covered. So now I want to blow up stuff because I'm mad. Like I'm mad, I'm hurt. I feel like God let me down. But the whole time, it's people around me and they telling me like, well, I think that God just wants you to work in your business. Like, I think God wants you to be full time in your business. And I'm telling them like, y'all shut up. Like y'all shut up because see, I'm one parent. I have to do it all. I'm doing it all by myself. I'm not going to say that my kids have a bad father. I'm not saying that he doesn't assist when he can assist or and does what he does. I'm not going to say that. But at the end of the day, it's only one parent. It's only one parent. So with that being said, now I'm like, okay, what I'm gonna do about this car? What I'm gonna do about this car? So I call the car people. These people telling me they don't want to pick up the car. They're like, it's a $25,000 car. You paid it down all the way to $8,000. Just keep the car. See if you can sell the car. I'm like, I've never heard of this stuff before. So now I'm frustrated with that. Not only am I frustrated with that, I'm still doing applications and I'm filling out these applications, and these people are telling me that I'm overqualified. I'm going to interviews and they're telling me like, we really like you, we like everything about you, but you are very overqualified. So now I'm frustrated. And I'm more frustrated because I still got people in my ear telling me, well, I think God wants you to work for yourself. You could just stay home. And with me being so upset and me being so frustrated, I'm not realizing that like I'm getting blessed. And I mean blessing after blessing after blessing after blessing. I'm talking about my clients are coming and they're doing their services and they're leaving me extra stuff. I had a client pay for a class that I've been wanting to take forever. And I'm just having a conversation with her about it. And she says, you know what, Marsha, I don't know why I'm doing this. And she said, here go my credit card, pay for the class. And I'm like, girl, no, I can't do that. She's like, no, I want you to do that. And I'm like, well, you know what? If you're going to do that, all your services up until the time of this payoff is, you don't have to worry about it. Absolutely not. Every time that she's came back to get a service from me, she's paid the fee for it. And I'm saying this because I know it's going to help somebody. And although I went through all of that stuff in the last couple of months and I'm fasting, I'm praying, I'm talking to God, and I feel like things are in my mind, things are in shambles. You know what I'm saying? Like in my mind, things are in shambles, but they're really not. Like God just keeps on blessing. God just keeps on doing, and I'm just not paying attention to it because I'm so focused on the past. I'm so focused on what this person did to me that put me in this situation. And so I'm still fasting, I'm still talking to God, and I'm fasting every day, like during the daytime. And God says to me, do you remember the prayer that you prayed a couple of like 3 months ago? So 3 months ago, I had prayed this prayer. I don't know. I was like in the real mood and I was like praying for like 3 days straight. It was like Friday. I didn't go anywhere. I stayed home. And then Saturday and Sunday, I wasn't answering the phone. I was praying, like I was talking to God and I was praying this prayer and I was telling God, what I wanted. And I was just kind of like lining stuff up and manifesting. And I was just doing what I do, like just being me. And so God said, do you remember? And I forgot. I forgot that what I asked God for. And so, like I said, I usually fast or usually go into like this manifesting trinkle moment, October, November, December. And in January, I come out and I come outside and, I intermingle with people or whatever more. But God said, I want you to keep going. So you took my car because you knew in January I was coming out the house. I was coming out the house. So in January, when January came, boom, I still don't have a car. So me and the kids, we Ubering, people giving us a ride and, things of that nature. And I'm making sure that people get paid because I feel like whatever you do for me, I want you to get paid for. So I'm making sure that people getting paid. And I'm looking at this Uber app, and this Uber app is saying like 1 month, $900. And now I'm back to mad because this lady tried me. God set me up. Now I'm back to mad. And I keep going back and forth with my emotions back. And you do that. You do that when you feel like you're not making it to the space where you need to make it to. You go back and forth with your emotions. Do I trust God? Do I not trust God? But in the midst, I'm still thinking like I'm being blessed. I'm being blessed. I'm counting the blessings. I'm looking at the blessings, but I'm still frustrated. And I'm telling y'all all this again because this may help somebody. So in the midst of that, I remember what God told me. I remember what I asked God for. And then not only did I remember what I asked God for, I reflected on the blessings that I was getting. But see, there was another piece. And this is another piece to like your elevation, to your change in the things that you ask God for. You feel what I'm saying? There's another piece to it. So in the midst of me losing that, being scammed at that job, losing my car, thinking I'm going thinking I'm going to lose where I live at now, like thinking all of this stuff, I'm still going. And people are like, like people who know I'm going through something, they like, you don't seem like you're going through anything because you still being the same person. And I can't be nobody but me. I don't change up. I'm consistently the same person, consistently the same person since elementary, middle school, whatever. I'm just going to do me. So all of those things are happening in my life at that moment. And then God says, I'm going to show you something else. So September, October, God was showing me, in November, God was showing me that I'm capable. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm capable. God was showing me that I wasn't believing in myself enough to know that the service that I provide for people pay, they pay. I don't have an issue with my prices. I don't have people coming to me and telling me like, I don't like your price is too much or anything like that, because they get a great service when they do come to me. So that's happening. And then God says, I'm about to take some people out your life. And I'm like, oh, no. Nah. And in your elevation, like in your increase, in your growth, you will lose everything. And in the midst of that though, there are still blessings. And so now God started taking people. God started saying, watch. I want you to watch this person. And I want you to listen to what they say. I want you to watch how they move. And I want you to watch their motives. And me, if you around me and I say like I love you, and I say, like we cool and whatever, I'm paying attention to you, but I'm also trusting you. And in some instances, I think that we are too trusting. And we trust people too much. And we don't really pay attention to what they're doing, because you can tell by what a person's heart is, like by what they say, how they act when they're doing something for you, or when they're around you. So I started paying attention to the people that was around me, and I started paying very close attention to them. I started listening to their words, and I started reflecting on conversations after we got from around each other. And then I started reflecting on the things that they do. And then I started cutting them off. Because when God told me, like, you can't take this person with you because their intentions aren't right. They may think that they're right, but they're not right. And they don't mean you any good, because this is what they said to you. This is what they did to you. This is how they acted with you. This was their behavior. So you about to go to the next level. And they not ready to even be at this level with you. And that is crushing. That is frustrating. Because when you climbing and you reaching and you doing things, like a lot of people look at social media and they feel like because somebody has a lot of followers on social media or they see them all the time doing stuff on social media or whatever. Some people like social media is their job. They have no choice but to do that. But it's always the unseen things that really take you to the next level. It's the things that you don't know about, like people don't know that's going on. And sometimes you can't share those things with anybody who doesn't have the right intentions for you. That's why I said my disclaimer was, y'all know, like, I understand it may look like I like social media, but I have to be on here because of my business. I'd be on here to just share, like that good energy because I think it's important to get energy out when there's a whole bunch of negative stuff always going on. In the same token, though, when God is blessing you, it may seem chaotic. Like it may seem like a big old ball of mess. And you may be crying, you may be sad, you may be down. Me, I be getting mad. You may be like, I don't understand all of this stuff. You might lose this, this, and this, and this. Because me losing a car, I never thought that would happen. Now, am I driving again? Yes, but I never, I never thought. In my Chevy, I love Chevy. That was my favorite Chevy of them all. So me going through a loss like that, me being scammed the way I was scammed, losing thousands of dollars that I had saved up because now I had to put money into places where I normally would have a paycheck and say, oh, I'm going to use my paycheck for that. Oh, I don't have to worry about using my business money. I'm going to use that for something else, to do something else, to get something else, or whatever the case may be. Me having to do that and like change my whole program up bothered me. But at the end of the day, I have to be thankful for my close friends, my siblings, because actually my baby sister, she probably got it the worst moment. Because I remember her calling me and she was like, well, you know what, Demisha, and my whole family called me Demisha. And she said, you know what, Demisha, maybe God just wants you to work in your business. And I was like, I don't remember what I said to her, but I know I snapped, like, girl, leave me alone. Like, I don't got time for that. And not only her, but a lot of other people just come in. And sometimes it takes people to continue to push you. And I know a lot of them, like during this process, I was mean to. Because even though like I give out that positive stuff, sometimes I am I am mean. Like I'm like straight to the point. I don't sugarcoat. I'm gonna tell you how I really feel. Now, am I encouraging and loving? Very much so. But am I straight to the point and don't mind giving you the business or telling you how I feel? Absolutely not. Yes, I don't mind. And I will do it 2 times if you didn't hear me the first. So, but it's all love and it's all true. But just know that when life seems chaotic, and I think I've said this before, when life seems chaotic and it seems like everything's like tumbling down around you, God is still blessing you. This morning I got on the phone and I love my mom. My mom gonna call me every single day. I got on the phone with my mama and I was still feeling pain from certain things. And I'm talking to my mama, and I'm about to cry. My mama, she is like one of the most encouraging people. Even though me and her, like we bump heads sometimes, but at the same time, she's very encouraging. My mom told me this morning, she was like, you can't worry about nobody else for now on. She said, you have to do what you have to do for you. And she said, your kids are almost grown. And my mom told me, she's like, people not going to be there for you like you've been there before them. And you can't even expect them to do that. And she's right. Because when you think about losing people, you think about all of the stuff that you invested into them. And not materialistic, meaning like encouragement, enlightenment, strength, power. You think about those things. And when people let you down, that thing really hurts. And so I'm telling my mama a whole bunch of stuff this morning. Right after I get off the phone with my mama, right? And I'm teary-eyed because right after I get off the phone with my mama, I get on the phone with my cousin. My cousin calls me And she called me like every 2 to 3 mornings, and me and her talking. She get on the phone and we're just talking. I'm just talking to her. I'm just telling her like what me and my mom was talking about, and we talking about other stuff going on in our life and stuff. And my cousin, she says to me, she says like, "Did you get it?" And I was like, "Girl, what are you talking about?" When I say people keep blessing me and situations keep happening, today it was my cousin. The other day it was somebody else. Then it was the client. I'm seeing like just blessings keep coming in. And so this morning I'm talking to God and I'm like, God, like I had to apologize. And I said, God, I know like this been a little rough couple of months with me. But I had to say, like I apologize. Like I'm so humble and I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful for the many blessings. I didn't even know one of my clients did a review. I didn't even know she did it. I never seen it on TikTok. But then as I started looking through things, I realized like a lot of people had did stuff. I realized like a lot of people had did reviews, and I was just like, what the heck? Before I did this live and God was telling me, you need to tell, like, this is what I need you to let people know, like, when your life seems chaotic and when people start turning their back on you, acting funny, doing shady stuff, talking about you, don't worry about it. Just focus on what you got going on. Because when I say those blessings gonna start pouring in, them blessings will start pouring in. When I say this lady that I trusted a lot, and I'm not gonna bash her, but put me in a position that was crazy. When I say people have turned their back and acted shady, and God was like, I'm gonna show you all of this stuff in these next couple of months. And I'm gonna show you who really got your back and who really don't have your back. And I'm gonna show you in their actions, in their mindset towards you. I'm gonna show you what people appreciate you. Sometimes you have to get into that space with God where it's like, and I know people are like, well, wait a minute, you spiritual. Yeah, I'm spiritual, but I believe in God. At some point, y'all gonna have to learn what spiritual people believe, other than I don't know. It's like every religion has a bad side. But a lot of spiritual people, we believe in God. We know there's a God. Maybe we don't believe in a colonized God, but we know there is a God. And you have to get into that space with God where it's like you are focused in and you can hear. And I'm not gonna say you're not gonna get frustrated, because I get frustrated. I don't get like, I get frustrated. Like I'm ready to fight frustrated. But just know, focus on you. Focus on being a good person. The energy that you put out is the energy you're going to get. Whatever you put into the universe is what you're going to get. If you're a person who use people, if you're a person who put people down, if you're a person who is selfish, if you're one of those people, you're going to get that all back. Continue to show love all the time. And I know that's hard for some of y'all because you got the wrong people around you. Trust me, I understand. Get them people from around you. Get them people from around you so that the blessings can come in. And when God started removing people, yeah, it hurt. Some people really hurt. Like, dang, I thought you was really for me this whole time, and you wasn't. Dang. Dang. But a lot of times, situations in your life should change and you see them, but you don't. You don't. You see that you're not being treated right. I seen that this lady was finna scam me. I remember, and I keep seeing this people. I remember my college professor when I was getting my bachelor's degree. I remember my college professor said to me, when you go apply for a job, ride around the parking lot for a little while and look at the cars that and I know this sounds shallow, but he was right. He was so right about it. He was like, "You will know what kind of people work or what look at how the owners dress. Look at their mindset. Look at different things about them." And see, I'm not a judgmental person, so I kind of just look over a lot of stuff that people say and do. Because I figure like, hey, that's your thing. If you feel like that, whatever. But at the same time, you have to pay attention to like what aligns with you. So even though I went through that chaotic moment, it was still a stillness in me. And then there was still blessing after blessing. I mean, this week alone, I'm so humbled from this week alone. Humbled and still kind of like, all right, what you finna do? What you finna do? So whatever you're going through right now, whatever you feel like you're facing, whatever you feel like is like upside down, I love you too. Stay focused, stay consistent, stay being a good person no matter what happens. Stay pulling in that positive energy. I'm big on that positive energy, how you treat people, what you put out into the universe. What I'm real big on that. Because you'll be up today and down tomorrow based off how you treat someone. So be careful what you do, what you put into the energy. Because I believe that what goes around comes around. You have the ability, you have the mindset. And if you like me, don't wait 2 years and then God have to just snatch everything away from you. And I'm a little harder than it, I'm admit, because sometimes I just got my own mind and I want to do my own thing. And I be listening to God, and then sometimes I be like, God, you sure? And God be like, girl, I be like, I don't know, I'm gonna go this way because you let me know when you really figure it out. Sometimes I do, because I need that surety. But when you believe in Him, you having faith, it's not about that surety, it's about this believing that it's gonna work out. And so I'm humbled and I'm blessed, and I want other people to be blessed. And like I said all of that to say, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I know y'all can do big things, and I know big things can happen for you in your life at any moment. Keep that good energy. If somebody take you out of your good energy, get from around them or get them from around you. Keep that good mindset. Constantly be investing in yourself and in your growth. No bad juju. I tell people that all the time. I don't do bad juju at all. Have conversations with people. If you in a struggle, talk to somebody that you can trust, that can support you, that can get you to the next level. I ain't trying to tell y'all nothing. I'm just telling y'all, like I've been through some things. This is just the most recent thing. This is the most recent thing. But I'm always got my boxing gloves on because it's always something. There's always some kind of battle, but each time I get through the battle, but this battle was different. It was a lot different because I came out different. And each time I do like my intentional, time, October, November, December, each time I do it, I come out different. And I come out thinking different and expecting different and wanting different. And I'm not telling you to do things like I did. If you feel like my client is snoring, y'all, because he's tired of me. But I'm gonna do my client. He's snoring loud too. Y'all hear him. So, but just know that you can make it. You can make it. I know things seem chaotic, and I know people done switched up and changed up, and I understand. But it's not the end all for you. My little cousin, my little cousin told me the other day. He was like, I was telling him about the situation. He was like, Man, nobody cares about that. I was like, oh my God. He was like, you a great person. Forget everybody who don't think that. I was like, oh my God. I said, never mind. I'm not talking to you about nothing else. But he was right. He was right. He was right. So you can do it. If I got scammed, and when I say, if I told y'all the story of this, y'all would be like, what? If I got scammed, felt like I was going to lose everything, car broke down, had to get rides, use Uber, had to pay people and pay Uber. I looked at my app and that app said $800 for the month. I almost cried because I hate wasting money. I literally hate to waste money. I almost cried. And then paying somebody almost like $100 every other week to take my son back and forth to school. So when you calculate that, and if not paying $100 putting gas in a vehicle, so that might be a $60 to $80 fill up of how much money I wasted because of a chain reaction. One thing happened, this thing happened, that thing happened. And then not paying attention to my real environment. And what I mean by my real environment is not paying attention to what God was doing until it really snapped like, wait a minute, God, okay, yeah, okay, God, you're still blessing me. And blessings may not come like as a big thing. Sometimes we look at blessings like it's supposed to be this big elaborate thing or it's supposed to be financial or something like that. Like my client just decided like I'm gonna pay for this class for you. I'm just gonna pay for the class outright for you. I didn't have one thought in my mind like what I could do with that money if she would have just gave me the money. I was so grateful that she was paying for it. I was like, oh my God, for real? And she just opened the door for me to do something else. Her goal was one thing, and my goal was something else, and God's goal was something else. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all for listening, and I really hope that this helps somebody understand. Like, keep being the good you. Don't let nobody flip you. Don't let the situation flip you. Don't let the mishandlement and the mismanagement of people treating you illy change who you are. Continue to be that person because that's where the blessings come from. That's where the love come from. That's where the strength come from. Since I since that situation in September, I've gotten like 10 new clients. For a couple of months, I couldn't even leave my house. I had to have my clients come to my house. After that situation, it's been like client after client after client. Now, in the back of my mind, do I still want to go and get a job? Yes. Yes, I do. But that's just how I am. That's just who I am. Do I feel bad about losing people out of my life? Absolutely. Because I love people. If I let you come into my circle of people, like really my circle of people, like where you come to my house or I call you, because I'm not a phone talker, but I call you and I talk to you, or I extend my hand of help to you, that means I love you. I love you. And when you betray that love, that when you betray that thing, and I look past it and you betray it again, because I always give people three chances. But that last time, it's obviously that we don't love each other the same. And that could be anything, friendship, family ship, relationship, it doesn't matter what it is. Because I lost some cousins, I lost some friends, and I lost somebody that was special to me. But I had to understand that those people's minds is in totally different places from my mind. Their loyalty and their love is in a total different place from mine. And that's okay. But the blessings still rolling in. And that's what it's about. And not even to shine on them because my goal is that everybody, even the lady who scammed me, my goal is to see everybody win. I wish them success. I wish them the best. I wish them the ability to grow beyond their wildest dreams. But I also say, be consistent in who you are and what you do all the time. Be loved, be light, be powerful. That doesn't say take jump from people because I don't take jump from nobody. I know people be thinking I'm nice and they be thinking it's all cute and stuff until I really get on them. I love y'all again. I appreciate y'all. And I really hope this helps somebody get through their day and be encouraged.